morning, crafting friends. I'm Verna from stampinnotes.com. It's a little dreary here in Western New York today, but we are thankful for many other things, so I'm not going to let that bother me. Hey, I've got a really cute Christmas card to share with you today. It might just put you in the Christmas spirit. Hello again. I'm Verna from stampinnotes.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live in rural Western New York State. I love to share the joy of paper crafting and card making, and this is our card for today. It uses the Mary Moose punch. I'm using the Wreath Builder dies for this. I'm using the 2-inch punch for our circle on the front. And I am using the classic label punch for this. And inside we have peace, joy, and love, and another punched out moose. And if you are wondering about the measurements and any of the supplies for this card, I will have them in the description below my video. And also, if you use this host code for November and place an order of $50 or more before the shipping and tax, then I will send you the beautiful gilded gems. We'll send them as a thank you for free. Anyways, let's get started with this card. Now on this card I have used the snow, something snow embossing folder, and I have misplaced that, and I am going to use the Evergreen Woods embossing folder, which is beautiful too, and might even work better for a moose that's wandering around in the woods. Anyways, do any of you have moose where you live? We have a lot of deer here. We have coyotes, we have bear, we even have fishers, we have bobcats, but no moose. So I'm going to show you how to emboss that first piece. It is Whisper White, and it is 5 1/4 by 4. And again, I'm using the Evergreen Forest, that's the name of it, 3D embossing folder. And I want to put it, actually, this is the front where the Stampin' Up! Logo is. So I'm going to put it in my embossing folder, and I want the tops of the trees to be showing at the top. I don't want to shove it way down here so they don't show. So that looks pretty good, and you want to put your folded end in the embossing machine first. What I love about this machine is that it shows you on the main plate whatever you need for whatever you're making, what plates you need. And on this, for the 3D embossing folder, I need this large plate here, and I need plate number 4. So I'm going to lay my folder down like that. I'm going to grab plate number 4, which is right here, and lay that on top. And I am going to crank that through my machine. It's beautiful. I hope you can see it okay. So we have got our front piece embossed. I'm going to move this embossing machine out, and I am going to lower my camera just a little bit. Our cardstock base is 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2, and I am using the thick Whisper White cardstock. For your cardstock bases that are white, you want to use the thick Whisper White cardstock. And I am just going to lay this on here. I did not pop the other one up. I think I like it flat, especially for mailing, but you may want to pop it up with dimensionals. And I'm going to use this and just go around the edges here. You could use, as I said, you could pop it up with dimensionals. You could use our adhesive foam sheets, cut that and pop it up. That would work just as well if you wanted to give it a little more dimension. Some of these I'm making to sell, so people will be mailing them. All right, so we have our base on there. I love white on white. I am using for the wreath, the Wreath Builder dies. And I have already die cut them out to save time, or die cut it out. I just want to show you this set. It's beautiful. So that comes with the accompanying stamp set, Arrange a Wreath. And I love it because it's Christmas, wedding, Easter, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day. And I love the different little dies that are in this set. And that is on page 127 in the annual catalog. Oh, can you see it there? I love this. I want to make this, and I love this with the Easter eggs on it. So if you bought the dies and the stamp set, you would save 10%. And I'll put the item numbers again down in the description below the video. So it looks like that. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to bring the card back in. This is what we're going for. And I am going to cut out a 2-inch circle from the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. I think this is like my favorite pattern or color in that set. I love this. And I'm just gonna punch out the background for our wreath. There's the circle. And you will see that this is too big for this, so we're going to shorten that. And all right, so here's our card, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this, go ahead and glue this circle down here. Again, I'm using the multi-purpose liquid glue. And I want to be careful to have enough room to get the wreath around it. So I am just going to take, and where the leaves are kind of thin, I'm going to snip that. Like that. And I am going to, it still needs to be a little tighter. I'm just going to cut these off, actually. Let's see if this will work. Need it a little tighter. I am going to just put a little bit of glue on these leaves. You just want a little dot. You don't need a lot. Okay. Now I want my wreath opening to be here where the bow is going to be, because that will cover some of that. So I'm just going to start there. And I'm going to place this around this circle, like so. And I see this leaf is hanging out a little bit there. I'm either going to move, yep, I'm going to move him in like that. And move this one down a little bit. Then I'm going to bring in my trim, which is, this is from the Playful Pets Trim Combo Pack. It comes in a red and white, and then this black and white. And I'm going to make a double bow. I'm just going to take my trim and make a bow. I've got the two layers together. And because this is really kind of thick, this knot, I'm going to use 2 glue dots. I'm going to trim off these tails. Bring in my glue dots. So we're going to put that there like that. I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool to get these off here. The less you, oops, that's not, the less you handle them, the better. Because they lose their stickiness if you handle them very much. And our bow, I think I want the bow going like that. There, that looks really cute. All right, so we have our wreath on there. All right, so I'm going to punch one moose out with basic black cardstock. And he's going to be for our shadow. And then I'm going to punch one out of the plaid, and you want your lines going straight. And I don't know if you're familiar with this paper, but it is, I just love it. It's beautiful. Lots of gorgeous designs in this pack of paper. And we'll take that backing off. Like that. Here's our moose walking through the woods. I'll put, oops, he's crooked. We don't want a crooked moose. And then I'm just gonna put some glue on the back of this one, and you just want to layer it so just a bit of the black shows. It's like a shadow. And I am gonna put a little on his legs. And again, keyword little. This glue, if you get it like where you don't want it, it is really sticky. And the one thing I have found that will work in getting that stickiness off, like if I get it on a card, is our old embossing tool, our embossing pouch where we, or anti-static pouch. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There, he has a little shadow. This right here. So if you get glue anywhere on your card, I have a little bit up here. If you just dab it with that, it takes the stickiness, or helps take that stickiness away. All right, so we lack our sentiment, and I'm bringing in a scrap piece of Whisper White. The sentiment I'm using is from Itty Bitty Christmas because I wanted it to be small. And this is another great set. This is in the annual catalog, I believe, because it carried over. And I'm going to use Season's Greetings. I'm grabbing black memento ink. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the sentiment, Season's Greetings. I'm going to bring in the classic label punch, and you want to hold your punch upside down so you can see if your sentiment is centered. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll pop that out, and then what I did was I took a piece of scrap black, and I'm going to do a shadow around that. And we're just going to take this and put a little glue on it. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take, sorry, I was out of camera. I'm going to mount that on that like that. You could do another on the bottom too if you wanted to. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put some of the small dimensionals on that. Just to pop it up in the middle of that wreath. There's one stuck to my fingernail. Okay, and then this goes in the center of our wreath right here. That looks pretty good. So our front is done. I'm going to move that down just a little. Let's do the inside. So to the inside, I'm going to add a piece of real red cardstock. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. Again, I'm using the multi-purpose liquid glue. I love using this because you can move it around a little bit. And we will get that in there. Okay. Now I'm going to add a piece of Whisper White that's 5 by 3 3/4. I'm going to stamp this first. I'm using the sentiment from the Dove stamp set. And that stamp set is called the Dove of Hope. This one. And this says peace, love, and joy. I love that sentiment. So I'm going to ink the stamp set up, or the stamp up. And I am going to center it on our inside piece. It says peace, joy, and love. And then the only other thing I have left to do is punch another moose out and put him on the inside. And I'm going to put him going the other way. So I'm going to so I'm going to turn my paper this way, and when I turn him over on the black and white side, he will be going the other way. I did not do a shadow on this one, but you could. We'll put a little bit of glue, keyword little, and he goes at the bottom here. I like to use a seal for light or white pieces that have sentiments, because sometimes the glue will show through when it dries on the lighter pieces. And I love this seal. I need to order some more. Okay, so this is going in our, layered on our real red piece. Hopefully straight, not crooked. There we go. So we have our moose. I think a star would look good up here. I'm gonna grab a star. Let's try one of these and see what it looks like up here. Yeah, I think I like it. Okay, we'll put 2 of these on. One there and one over there. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Hit the link for subscribe and then the little bell, and then you will be notified when I upload my next video tutorial. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Take care.